to my YouTube channel where tech meets creativity, and in today's automation video we'll be looking at the Retry Scope activity. In the previous tutorial we looked at the different exception handling activities, so this one is a continuation of the previous tutorial. So the Retry Scope activity, basically, as we can see here, it is used for catching and handling errors, and also retries the contained activities as long as the condition isn't met or an error is occurred. So we'll be seeing how that works in practice. So I'll just go to my next slide. So this is the use case that we'll be working with. You have been assigned the task of designing an automation that simulates a failing Notepad window. Your goal is to create a workflow that handles different scenarios based on the value of a random variable. So if the value of the random variable is different than 0 for 3 consecutive times, display the message Notepad window failed to start, and terminate the workflow with the error message Notepad failed to start. So see how to do that. And also it's saying if the value of the random variable is 0, open the Notepad application. Since the exist condition of the loop is to find the Notepad window, consider this scenario as a successful completion of the workflow. So that's the problem that you'll be working with. So I'll go ahead and jump in. I'll open my studio. So this is my studio. So the first thing they're telling us is to we have on the same bin activity, task designing and attention managing failure, you go. So if the random variable is different than 0 for 3 consecutive times, do that. So I'll go ahead and come into my activities panel, pick an input dialog, because I'll be prompting the user to input some values. So I'll go ahead and fill in the values. Yeah, so I'm through with providing the values in my input dialog. So what I'll be doing next, so here I'm just prompting the user to input a value. Remember, they told us if the random variable is different than 0 for 3 consecutive times, then we display this message. Yeah? So I will come here and I type in retry. So this is our Retry Scope. I'll come and drag it here. So this is how it looks like. It has 2 sections. It has the action. So this is where you put your activities that will be executed multiple times, as you'll be seeing that. Then the condition. This is the condition that has to be met before terminating the execution of the activity. So you see in the properties panel here on my right, you see we have continuing error. We have looked at this. So if I tick the continuing error, even when an error happens, it will still continue. So the display name, then these are the 2 options that make the Retry Scope powerful. So we have the number of attempts. So in our problem statement, the number of attempts are 3, because they're telling us 3 consecutive times. So I'll come here, I input 3, and retry interval. So this specifies what's the time lag that we should put here. We should put there when we're retrying. Yeah. So for now, I'll just put 5 seconds. 0.5. Yeah, and I'll drag this, put it here into the action. So I need to provide a condition, because they're saying if the value of the random variable is different than 0 for 3 consecutive times, display the message Notepad. Yeah, I'll need to copy this as well. Copy this to my clipboard, and also I'll copy this to my clipboard. Yeah, so I'll come here. So I'll pick an if activity, drag it. So I'm saying if this int, if it is equal to 0, right? If it is equal to 0, if it is equal to 0, if the random variable is equal to 0, open the Notepad application says that condition. Yeah. So if it is equal to 0, then I'll come into my activities and say use application. I've looked at this in the past. Put it here. I'll open my Notepad because I have to indicate. So I'll indicate from here. Target application. So I'll click on that. Come here. Try to unify. Try to see whether I can make any adjustments to the selector. As I is speaking, right? So the title, I'll adjust it a bit because it can be different. I use the other route card. We have looked at this in the past. If you haven't, you can check out a video, dynamic selectors. I will omit this. I don't need this. Try to validate. Highlight. Still getting what I want. So I can still officially delete it from here because it's already been omitted. So still revalidate. Highlight. All is well. That's okay. So if it is equal to 0, just open that, then else. So now this will be my else. Else display a message. Notepad failed to start. So to display a message, I use a message box. I'll come into my activities panel. Then I'll type in message box. Drag it here. Double quotes. Open my clipboard. This is the message that we're displaying. I've pasted it twice. So we have two conditions. If you go back, we're saying if the random variable is different than 0 for 3 consecutive times, display a message. Notepad window failed to start, and terminate the workflow with an error message. Notepad failed to start. So how do we terminate that? So we have looked at this activity in the past or in our previous video. So I'll come. Guess what activity can I use to throw that error to the user? You can type down in the comment section. But as you type out, it's a throw activity. And so I'll be throwing a new system exception. Then my message is Notepad failed to start. So that should be good on that. Then so to be able to exit, because this is kind of like a loop, but to be able to exit the loop, we need to provide a condition here. So once we have our Notepad open, then we would have reached our goal. So we're just looking out on the screen to confirm whether Notepad is there. So I'll use an activity called element exists. Element exists here. It is in the classic. So I will drag this here and then indicate screen. I'll be indicating still Notepad. Coming to try to edit the selector, fine tune it a bit. I'll give this necessary because it could be any title, and also I'll omit this as like how I did in the in the other selector. So come back, revalidate, highlight, all is well. I'll press OK. So all seems to be well. It's time just for our testing. The expectation is, so when the user types in a random value 3 times and it's not a 0, this application has to end with an exception of Notepad failed to start. But in the event that the user types in within the 3 times, types in a value that equals to 0, then the program should open a Notepad and then stop. So fingers crossed, I'll go ahead and run. Enter random value. I'm entering 1. Okay. So it's telling me Notepad window failed to start. Then if I continue, since throwing an exception, failed to start. It failed in the first time, didn't go as expected. So it's prompting me the second time to do the same. Enter random value. I want to enter 0 still. Notepad window failed to start. We say 3 times, so it has to prompt me the 3rd time. I'll still not put a 0. So we see on the non-happy path, we get done with this Notepad failed to start exception, right? Which is okay given our problem statement. Yeah. Which is okay given our problem statement. So we have to run it again and test out the happy path as well. So I'm running. So for the happy path for this time round, I'll just press 0 right away and press OK. So you see, I gain my Notepad and my program ends. So if I come into my output, you see this application was open. So maybe the other thing I could show you, if I type in clock here, because I want to, we put in the retry interval 5 seconds. So I want to showcase to you that the time interval, given the use case that you're working on, you can always adjust accordingly. But I wanted to show you that the 5 seconds also comes into account. So I'll run again, just to this time around with the timer to show you. So for the first time, if I type in 1, right? So it's saying Notepad window failed to start. So when I press OK, I have 5 seconds given what we did. So if I press OK here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see, in the 50th second, that's when I reprompted again to input another value. So if I do the same, 3, okay, do, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so if I press 0 now, it So I wanted to show you that the interval as well, it comes into account. Yeah. So that's it for the Retry Scope. If you did find the video useful, consider hitting the like button and also subscribing to the YouTube channel. And also, when you subscribe to the YouTube channel, so every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Yeah. So cheers, I'm out, and see you in the next video.